The red light is on, guys. Welcome to Fight Bananas here with Elle Dawson. And over here to my left, right? I know I'm pointing left, but you're on my right. We have Sean Woodson, the sniper, coming off a big win from UFC Tampa. How are you doing, Sean?
I'm doing great. I'm still riding the high from the fight, loving life.
I love it. Where are you joining us from today?
I am back at the crib in St. Louis, Missouri, home sweet home, and yeah, I'm glad to be back. As you probably know, you remember, I hate flying, so yeah, I'm just glad to be back.
Grant hates the travel process too, man. It's tough.
Yeah, I still got used to it. Everybody says you're gonna get used to it over time. I hate every single time I step on a plane.
It's the discomfort for me. It's like I feel so like my back is sore already, and then you put me in an airplane chair, and it's just gonna get worse and worse.
The math still ain't mathing to me. It don't add up. A big metal box floating through the sky just don't seem right to me still.
But for you, it's the anxiety of just what is gonna happen.
Oh my God, yeah, the anxiety of like any minute we're gonna go down. Yeah, like I'd be terrified.
Have you fought overseas?
No, thank the Lord, no.
Are you willing to fight overseas?
Now I am, yeah. Like now I am, just because I just don't want to pass up on any opportunities that may come. But early on, I was adamant about please keep me here in the States. I think my longest fight so far has been like 4 hours, and that was terrible. So like these guys that are doing like 10, 12-hour flights, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I mean, now flying to Vegas for us from Florida, it's about twice as far as it was from Missouri. So it's
how many hours is that?
We usually don't fly direct, so it's usually like 2, 3 to 4 hour flights, like somewhere in there.
Oh my God, yeah. So Vegas is a sweet one for me still. It's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah,
it's not too bad from if you fly direct, I think, from Missouri.
Yeah, I love it. Vegas is sweet.
I love when Grant fights in Vegas. We have the PI. We know where everything is. It's still his favorite place to fight, and it's my favorite place for him to fight, 100%.
Hands down. Yeah, like now I think I've been to Vegas like 5 times now. Yeah, that's like my second home. I love it there.
Oh yeah, it's nice when you have the routine. Did you do most of your camp in St. Louis this time? Did you? I know sometimes you travel a little bit for training, but are you based just in St. Louis now?
Oh, since back when I was training at Glory with you guys, I have traveled since. It's all my camp been 100% here in St. Louis. Yeah, at the crib. Yeah, all of them.
I know you're a bit of a homebody. Like, it's a nice change just to not go anywhere now?
Yeah, I was gonna say not a bit of a homebody. I'm a lot of a homebody. I just love staying here at the crib and just making it happen from here.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know. I totally feel that. Once you have like a routine and a spot that you love.
Yeah.
We were chatting off air a little bit before all of the rest of you joined us, but you said you trained with Jacoby, kind of like back in the day, kind of walk me through like the process of where you ended up. Cause I know you did travel for a while for training.
Yeah.
How did you get to where you are now? Like what's the full story?
Yeah. Me and Jacoby, it's so cool. I think this might be like the third card we fought on together. Nice. And yeah, it's just like, it's crazy how they say life comes full circle. I started my MMA journey when I was like 17, 18, and it was at Matt Hughes's Hit Squad, and Jacoby was already there, and he was in the UFC at the time when I was just a young buck, just getting my nose wet in the game of MMA. And he was already in the UFC at the time, and that was his first UFC stint. And to see him like be in the UFC and then be out of the UFC and go and kill it over in Glory Kickboxing and then get back in the UFC when I just arrived to the UFC, and now we're both in the UFC fighting on cards together, getting knockouts together, picking up wins. It's beautiful. Yeah, I love it.
What a card too. Like what a card to close out the year. It was UFC Tampa was by far one of my favorite cards of this year. Like how cool was it for you? Are you like I'd rather it be a boring card so I can bonus, or like do you just love the energy of a card like that?
Yeah, like like I say it's cool that it was such an exciting card, but at the same time I don't like it. Like when I was back in the hotel room, I'm like, damn, y'all slow down, chill out. Like after my first round knockout, I thought for sure I was a shoe-in for $50K. And then knockout after knockout after knockout, I'm like, damn, these dudes are taking it away from me. But I'm glad. If it had to go to somebody else, a guy like Jacoby, who I started with, who I got a lot of love for, I'm glad it went to him. But yeah, it would be, and that happened to me before. Like, there was another finish I had in the UFC a few years back. I was early on in the card, and I thought I was going to get that bonus, and then like every other fight was a finish. So I've just two cards where I get pretty good performances and finishes. The whole rest of the card decided to do the same damn thing.
And it's like, and especially if it's a big name too, which I get, but I also like when you're new in the UFC, like I remember when Grant first got signed, like how little money we had, like, oh my God, 50 grand, his first bonus, like 50 grand changed our lives.
Life change.
Like, and for some of these guys, it's a drop in the bucket. They've been around so long, they've made millions and millions of dollars. And it's like, I know you earned that, but come on.
Yeah, I see some of these dudes, they get or like their reactions when they get told that they win the bonus, they barely even bat an eye versus I would run around butt naked, flipping and rolling, going crazy. I get that 50K. I'll be so happy.
No, I feel that, man. I mean, and this was a fight that I think everybody was so interested to see, just because we got Christian over here. I'm sorry, Christian. I haven't been ignoring the comments. There's one.
Hello, Christian.
Hanging out, and it says Chris Boxing.
Crispy Boxing. I appreciate you showing love, Christian.
Love it. But yeah, and speaking of that crispy boxing, especially in a fight like this, everybody was so interested to see what this looked like with you fighting a guy not quite as tall as you, but almost as tall as you. Like, I think this is probably the first time you haven't had just a massive reach advantage here at featherweight. And what was that like? Did you feel like you had to make some adjustments? I know he had like some heavy pressure early in the fight, and that a lot of people don't necessarily have the confidence to press you when they know that length is there,
Yeah, this matchup, like when I first got the matchup, it was extremely motivating because I was reading the comments and I was seeing everybody saying like, okay, let's see how Woodson does with somebody who, matches up to his stature and is like the equal same height as him. He was 6'1", I'm 6'2". So yeah, I was seeing it. And then in the comments, I read the comments, I ain't gonna lie. I was seeing that a lot of people were saying, like, oh, this is, Woodson's gonna get exposed and he's gonna meet his demise. And everybody was saying that they felt like the moment I got matched up with somebody just as big as me, that I was gonna get beat or exposed or whatever. So I was really looking forward to proving to people that, like, my height and weight or whatever is an advantage, but it isn't the only reason I'm winning these fights out here. And I've been, fighting all my life, and fighting guys who are tall just like me isn't nothing new to me. Like, we got a lot of tall guys who I train with. And so, yeah, it wasn't anything foreign to me. And I was excited to get in there and mix it up with this dude. And like you said, he was really pressure heavy, real, like, he comes with it and brings it. And knowing that, I knew he was going to give me what I wanted. And I knew that I was going to be able to really show off my striking. A lot of guys I get matched up with, I know they're coming in to take me down. But in Padilla, I knew he was a dude that was coming to throw down, and we were going to have a shootout. And yeah, I was excited to do that.
Some of the most fun 5 minutes of MMA, like really, really enjoyable to watch. And I think that I know MMA math doesn't always add up, but I feel like there's something a little bit more special about beating the guy who beat the guy who beat you. Did I get that all right?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I love that. That was another thing I was super excited about too. My fight before Padilla was against Alex Caceres, who also beat the one guy who I got a blemish on my record. So Caceres, he had knocked out Julian, and I was really motivated that camp to beat Caceres and kind of like, just make a statement with that. And then following it up with another guy who knocks out Julian, it really lit a fire under me and had me like, okay, this is really gonna wash that out and just get rid of that, like just dust myself off and get rid of that what happened in the past. You know what I'm saying? I was really happy about that.
And I think he's one of those guys too. Julian Erosa was Grant's debut. And I think he's one of those guys that's just unbelievably underrated. Like, he really so tough. He took y'all's fight on fairly short notice, right? Because that was your one catch weight, I believe.
Yeah. This was in the peak of COVID, and I went through like 2 opponents, and fight week I got out there and still didn't know who I was fighting, and Julian ended up stepping up and fighting in like 3 days notice. And yeah, he was definitely fighting with something else that night. He, his his job and livelihood.
To lose, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I was hitting that dude at everything, and he kept pressing me and kept coming and did what he had to do. Much respect to him for sure. But I definitely feel like I'm levels above in that I'm a different fighter. And I learned a lot from it. And I'm, looking back on it, I'm kind of glad it happened. It molded me into the man I am today. And yeah, I'm ready for bigger and better things.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. We got some Sean Woodson fans popping up in the comments. Says he does not miss a Sean Woodson fight. Hello, Chris.
Don't miss. I'm a sniper. That's what we do. Yeah, snipers don't miss, baby.
I love it. Hey, Aaron, thank you for joining. No Chill says Woodson needs to be ranked.
Yeah, I thought for sure come Tuesday I was gonna be ranked. It's crazy. Like, it's like what I gotta do, beat 15 people to get in the top 15. Damn, come on. It's coming soon.
It's such a deep division.
Yeah, that is very true. And as much as I like I said, rank me in the cage, and I see it all online, people saying rank Woodson. Truth be told, I'm not too worried about it. I know I just keep winning fights and doing my thing, that everything will fall into place, and yeah, it'll happen soon. It's got to be next for sure. But if it's not, all good. I'm willing and ready to fight them all.
Absolutely. No, I mean, I'm very interested to see who they match you up with next. Sean, who's your dream fight from Christopher?
My dream fight right now has got to be Topuria. Like, I know it sounds crazy that I'm calling out Topuria, and he's, but put me in there with him and it won't look so crazy. I'm excited for that. I really want that Topuria matchup because everybody, is so high on him, and they, talk like he's invincible. But I see some things. I've watched him real close. I've seen some things that I can capitalize on. And yeah, I just do not for 1 second see him doing me how he's done everybody else.
Well, and what a fight for the MMA boxing fans. Like, just two incredible boxers in that division.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I know he's a black belt jiu-jitsu and he's a well-rounded dude. He's got a real good ground game, but like I said, not only do I not see him being able to do me how he's done everybody else on the feet, but once I start landing on him, and when he changes his mind, decides to try to take me down, I don't feel like he has the wrestling to get me down. I don't feel like he has the size to get me down. So yeah, I feel like as styles make fights or whatever, and I feel like I am the worst matchup for that dude in the division.
I love it, man. That's awesome. That call your shot. It'll come.
This ain't just talk. This ain't no delusional talk neither. Like, I truly believe that I'm the worst matchup for Topuria.
No, I love it, man. And speaking of, you said you don't feel like he's big enough to get you down. What are your thoughts about him, like, talking about this lightweight move? Is it a publicity stunt? Because I didn't feel like he struggles to make that weight.
Yeah, that was so bizarre to me. When I started seeing that, when I first seen the very first article on Instagram about it, I thought it was a joke. I thought somebody was trolling when they were saying that he walks around 187 to 190. Like, that dude
he doesn't look that big, right?
Yeah, he's 5 foot nothing. Like, how is he getting up that big? Like, that is crazy to me. I'm 6'2", and like, I don't ever touch 190 and barely get up in the 180. So the fact that he's between 85 and 90 at his height, I personally, I don't believe it. But then again, I'm like, what would be the point of lying about that? And like, I don't know. I don't know what the agenda is behind all that, but I don't buy it for a second that he gets that big. But hey, I mean, to each his own,
Oh, wow. This would be an amazing fight too. Aaron T said, love to see you and Yair.
Oh yeah, that'd be fireworks. Yeah, that'd be fireworks. We're both two, explosive, flashy strikers, and yeah, I'd be all for that one too, for sure.
Ilya doesn't check kicks.
I wouldn't even be trying to kick him. I'd be trying to put hands on that dude. It wouldn't even be no kicks necessary.
Christian said, inspiring story coming up. Keep grinding, Sean.
Appreciate you, Christian. It's still to this day, like, I've been in the UFC for 5 years, but when people just speak highly of me and show me love, it means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's so cool. It's cool that, like, getting to be in the MMA world is just the best. It really is.
Oh yeah, there's no sport like it. No sport like it. This is cool. I didn't know. So it's like a live thing. People can tune in to ask questions while we're doing it. This is my first time doing an interview like that. That's dope.
Oh, really? I love doing it live. It's so much fun. We enjoy it. We do some stuff pre-recorded, but for the most part, we're live. We're live.
Interactive.
Always. Chris Speaking of quick, Chris says, how quick do you want to get back in the cage?
I'm trying to get back in there April. I'm gonna enjoy Christmas, of course, the rest of December, and then I want to take all of January. But then right after that, February and March, I'm in training camp mode. February and March, that gives me 8 weeks to prepare, so I'd be ready to go anytime against anybody, anywhere, even if it's overseas. Come April.
I think. What's supposed to be in April? Oh,
There's a London card, right?
I can't remember. I think I know something I'm not supposed to know. I think I'm gonna be quiet.
Tell me off air.
Maybe off air. I was like, wait, maybe that's. I don't remember.
I did see that they're going to London in April.
I think so.
Yeah, I think I did see that London in April. I'm trying to think who over there. I know Arnold Allen, but he's pretty high up in the ranks, so I doubt I'd get that matchup. I would love that matchup, but yeah, I mean, I'd fight a London guy in London, no problem. Lerone Murphy, maybe he's pretty. Ooh. He's like in the middle of the range. Ain't he like 11 or 12 or something like that? Yeah, Lerone Murphy, that'd be a great matchup.
Right, too. He's very, very well-rounded guy as well. Very well-rounded.
Yeah, oh yeah. I think he's a guy that would also be more than willing to duke it out with me, though.
Yeah, no, he definitely is not. He doesn't shy away from a fight. Like,
yeah, I don't see him wrestling.
Struck with and wrestled Edson Barbosa, which is it's always striking with Edson is always a scary.
Yeah. I'm
scary business.
I'm scared for my legs against Edson, but I'd make it work. I'd have something ready for him.
Yeah. That's a legend, legend of the sport. I think it's interesting. Something you were kind of talking about, like you not getting that heavy, outside of camp. I feel like every time you're fighting, I hear a commentator say, oh, like he can't make featherweight for much longer. Like he's just too big, but you've never missed weight. You had the one catch weight, but that was for Julian because he was coming in very short notice.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that? Like, is there any plan to ever go up, or is it just kind of you're very comfortable at featherweight here?
Yeah, it's like I'm comfortable here at featherweight. I've put in so much work at featherweight now. In my mind, it wouldn't really make sense to put in all this work at featherweight and then right when I'm on the brink of getting ranked to, move up to lightweight and start all over again, And especially now that I'm, people are like throwing me in the talks with like potential matchup against Taporia and stuff like that. And yeah, and I will say this, I don't get all as big as people think I do. I get close to 180. I don't get to 180. Yeah, I don't get to 180. But if I've never missed weight, and if I can make the weight 6'2", 145 and never miss, ain't nobody got no excuse to be out here missing weight, especially by 3, 4, 5 pounds. Like that stuff is ridiculous to me. But yeah, I see the comments all the time. People are always saying, like, how does this dude make 145? And I think pretty much every interview I do, they ask me, what do you walk around outside of camp? What do you walk around outside of camp? I'm about to stop answering that question because it's like, if you don't know by now, I don't know where you've been at. But yeah, I make featherweight easier than people think. It's there's a science behind it. Like I need enough time to work with. That's the one and only thing I will say about featherweight is I'm not able to jump on these short notice opportunities. I need at least 8 weeks to make the weight. There's been times where, my manager has hit me up with fights on, like 4 weeks notice and, like even 5 weeks notice is pretty rough, So yeah, as long as I got 8 to 9 weeks notice, I'm good to go.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot for you.
Yeah, 8 weeks and I'm good to go. No questions asked. You won't hear nothing from me. Let's get it.
Is like 3 fights a year a little bit much for you? Is that kind of like doesn't give you the time in between, or?
I'd say 3 is the limit. I would say like I don't think I could push it anymore. Like I can't be like one of these Kevin Holland guys getting 4 or 5 fights in a year as much as I'd love to. Now in a couple years. That might come if I ever make that move to 55. That would be the main motivating factor behind me going up to 55 is wanting to be more active and be able to, fight at the drop of a dime on 2-3 weeks notice and stuff like that. But for the time being, I'm comfortable here at 45 and yeah, I'm looking to take over the division.
Which division do you think is the tougher, deeper division between 45 and 55? Both very deep divisions, but
yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like they're both equal. As I'm sitting there right now thinking about it, they're both equally as tough. Like, I'd have to really think about that. They're both equally as tough, I'd say. But I mean, I'll be completely honest and transparent. I feel like the better, more clear path to the title for me is at 45.
Yeah. Like, the styles, you think?
Yeah. I feel like at 55, you got guys that, like me, are cutting a lot of weight and they're like some big dudes, versus at 45, I feel like I'm one of the, at 45, I know damn well I'm the biggest, but I'm one of the guys that cuts, a little more weight than most guys. But at 55, I know them dudes like Islam and Gamrot, and like I know them dudes outside of camp are close to 200 pounds. Like, I know Islam for sure. I've seen some where he's like 190, 200, and I've even seen. I remember Tony Ferguson back in the day. Not even back in the day, like up until like a few years ago, he was posting like he'd get up to 200, 205 out of camp. So I ain't trying to tussle with no 200 dude,
Yeah, there's some big lightweights for sure, and some really high level grappling too at lightweight.
Yeah, that's another thing. I feel like at lightweight is the top 15 is more grapple heavy, versus at 45. When you look at those matchups, there's a lot more strikers. Guys like Yair and Max Holloway, and
Emmett.
Yeah, Josh Emmett. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, Josh Emmett, and
who can wrestle but just never does.
I love it. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, he has like a real wrestling heavy background. He got in UFC and knocked out a few guys and realized he had some power, and that's all he want to do is uncork them bombs on people. That'd be a great matchup too. I'd love to fight Josh Emmett. But yeah, 45, I feel like there's more strikers and more brawlers than
really fun fights for you.
Oh yeah, sure. Every fight in the top 15 at 45 is like a really fun matchup for me.
No, that's awesome. The comments are popping up. We were gonna play a little game with the Fighter MMA Awards if we have time. I don't want to.
Let's talk to the people. What they talk about. Let's talk to them.
Let's do it. Pop in. We have a question. You and Holloway stand-up fight would be phenomenal.
Oh yeah, that's fight of the year written all over it. Like, we're like, we'll both point to the floor and throw down in the middle. I'm all for it.
Let's segue into that. So, what is your fight of the year? There was a little bit of back and forth when we did our Fight Bananas MMA Awards, because I thought that the BMF fight, while still phenomenal, amazing ending to the fight, for me, that was not my fight of the year.
Okay.
So was that your fight of the year?
No, because it definitely could be, but like that's a candidate for knockout of the year to me. Like, Max Holloway got knockout of the year, so it's like I don't want to give that 2 awards. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely could win fight of the year. But no, I got that one slated as my knockout of the year, Max Holloway.
Absolutely.
If I was to pick I'm a fight nerd. Like, I watch every single card, every single fight on the card. If I was to pick a fight of the year this year, I would it's probably an unpopular one, but I would go with Brendan Allen versus Chris Curtis. That was a knockdown, drag them out fight.
That was a good fight.
They both, like, the second time, I know they fought 2 times, but yeah, their most recent fight, that was a hell of a fight. They both hurt each other multiple times towards the back end. Chris Curtis got an injury during the fight, but still was in there like a dog fighting on one leg, and it went to the very, very end, and it was nose to nose, and Allen edged out a split decision in a fight that I thought could go either way. So yeah, I'd pick that one as my fight of the year.
Yeah, no, Dave said good one. So this was my fight of the year. What Aaron said, Rumbetsky versus Oralby was my fight of the year. And I got so much. What is yours, Elle? I talked so much shit about this to Dave because it was such a great fight. And he was like, "Who?" And I'm like,
people said you were wrong about that. People were giving you shit.
Well, he was at our house yesterday, and Grant made him watch it again, and we changed Dave's mind. He's like, no,
that was a good one. But damn, right there, yeah, like that one and that Brendan Allen and Chris Kerr, those fights were like damn near equal. Yeah, that was a good one. That's a good one.
Another one I kind of had forgotten about, which I guess the whole fight wasn't like this, but Jonathan Pierce and David Onama, who I know you've trained with before, they were like, at least at the end, they were like rock'em sock'em robots for quite some time. For
sure, yeah. That fight had blips of, fight of the year in it. It's just, like the whole entire fight wasn't like that. But if they would have kept that pace the whole time, like they were getting after it at the end, then that would be a no-brainer, I'd say. That'd be a no-brainer. For sure. David Onama, his fights are always like that. Every fight he has is like crazy, knock down, drag him out, nonstop action. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for people to realize that you can't take his back.
Oh yeah, dude.
You can't keep him. Just stop trying.
Dude can scramble like no other, no doubt. Yeah, super durable, can scramble like crazy.
No. Very, very exciting guy. Ooh, this is a good KO of the year. My KO of the year was also Max because just the moment was so iconic. But the double back fist by Shara Bullet.
No, yeah, that is a good one too because that's rare and that's one of them things that you don't see too often. Yeah, the double back fist, but that Max Holloway pointing at the ground,
so iconic, like
at the buzzer like that, like that was crazy over a guy like that.
The end of my parlay was the last piece of my parlay for UFC 300 was for that fight to go the distance. And I was so confident because they're both so tough. Like very rarely have been finished, like incredibly tough. Max Holloway had never been dropped at that point. That was pre-Ilia Topuria. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is for sure going the distance. And we were right there. We were so close.
Yeah. I ain't gonna
lie. I'm so happy to sacrifice my parlay.
I would have been scared to death that whole time. If I would have picked that fight to go the distance, they would have. Yeah, that was you rolled the dice on that one for sure.
I was so confident too, and we were right there. I was like,
yeah,
it's the luck. But I would have sacrificing the parlay for one of the most iconic MMA moments in history. I'm happy to do.
Where were you off by? Like one? It was like 1 second, 2 seconds.
Yeah, like literally like the last 5 seconds. All in
all, it was a smart pick, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, Christian. Christian said people won't remember some of the prelim fights of the year that are so good. Yep, they don't get the love that they deserve.
Yeah, that always happens. Yeah.
Shara KO Cooler. Oh yeah, he was practicing it.
Yeah.
Because what like a that weird finish.
Remember Masvidal Ben Askren when he hit him with that knee? They leaked that footage of him practicing it like at the PI the day before. Yeah, that was so dope. Yeah, when you got receipts of you like practicing and setting that up, it do add a little extra to the knockout.
Well, we've almost been going for a half hour. I appreciate your time. But let's knock out a few more of these superlatives and I'll let you go. Like we did KO of the year, we did fight of the year. Did you have a male and female fighter of the year?
Yeah, so male fighter of the year, I got to give it up to Pereira. Like that dude. Yeah, and all his 3 fights this year were like on big, huge cards. A lot of eyes on them, a lot of pressure. They were all title fights, I believe. Yep. And Pereira for fighter of the year, I feel like is a no-brainer. Topuria is up there just off the strength of him beating Max and Volk the way he did, and those guys are legends, and nobody's done them like that. Topuria close runner-up, but Pereira for male fighter of the year for sure.
He's a stud. I'm with you, man. Absolutely. Dave said we need more Woodson on Fight Bananas. Definitely.
Come on, whenever. Yeah, I'm all for it. Let's do it. What was the other one, though? I can't remember.
Female fighter of the year?
Female fighter. Okay, yeah, female fighter of the year. I'd have to go with that. I don't know how to say her last name, but it's Dakota
Ditcheva. That's one of my best friends. That's my girl. Yeah.
Say it again. How's the last name?
Ditcheva.
Yeah, that girl. Yeah, she's female fighter of the year for sure. She's on a tear. I think she's you could even say breakout fighter of the year. Yeah, I think she's pound for pound one of the best women, one of the best female fighters, and yeah, I'm excited to see what she continues to do.
Yeah, I think we all would love to see what she could do in the UFC because
that's what I was gonna say next.
Everybody outside the UFC for sure.
And she's super young, isn't she? Is she like 25?
26, I think. 25.
That girl's got a bright future. She's fresh. She has clean striking, and I'm excited about her future for sure.
We have Dave has no biases. Clearly, we love Jillian Robertson here. She's our girl. She's
badass too. Yeah, I fought on a couple cards with her. Shared the locker room with her a couple times. Yeah, she's no joke.
David and I were just at a karate combat with her yesterday. We love G. She's fantastic.
Okay, yeah.
Kayla Harrison as well. Oh no. We lost him. Give him 1 sec, see if he comes back. Oh, there we go.
What happened?
Okay. I don't know. We lost you for a second.
I can't hear you no more either.
Oh, all right. We got you. We got him back.
My apologies. What is going on?
That's a.
Hold on.
live shows that happens. Oh,
I can fix this. Are we there?
I can fix this.
I'm sorry. I got a phone call.
You're fine.
Is there a way I can like not? I'm still like new to interviews. Is there a way I can like make it to where I don't get phone calls while I'm doing these things?
Yeah, you can. Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
You can put do not disturb on. That's what I do.
I'm about to do not disturb me right now. Leave me alone, people. Leave me alone.
We can wrap up too. I appreciate your time.
No, we're good. We're good. Oh yeah, we're good.
If you got the time, I'm happy.
Yeah, I got the time. I got the time.
I love it. Yeah, we had Kayla Harrison a couple of times in the comments as well. She made her.
Yeah, she was in my thoughts too for female fighter of the year, but she didn't. How many times did she fight this year?
I think just twice. They I think they plan to fight her. She would like to have fought more often, but I think with the division being a little tied up for a while with interim champ.
Oh, that's right. She's out there. You train with Dakota and Kayla.
Yeah. Well, I don't train with Kayla, but I watch her train.
Yeah, you guys are on the same team. Oh yeah. Damn, yeah, you on the team with all the baddest chicks in the world. Yeah, that's dope.
Such a great room. Like, and you know how hard it is to, especially like coming from the Midwest where there's just not as many female fighters. Like, it's so hard to find a big team of female fighters. We'd have like, I'd have one or two when we were living in Missouri, and now it's nuts.
Yeah, you got a plethora of them now.
Absolutely, yeah. We have like Karolina Kowalkiewicz trains there. Train with her a lot. We have a girl named Asia Cortez assigned to Bellator. It's really good. Obviously, Dakota. We have the LFA. I don't know how she's still an interim champ. She's defended their like strawweight interim belt like 3 times. Natalia Kuzit. I cannot say.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say I don't know the last name, but I know Natalia.
But the short hair, little Russian girl. She's incredible.
Yeah.
She whoops my butt every day.
Dakota and Kayla though be on the same team. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, they've got a heck of a women's team. Is Woodson a boomer? I don't even know what that means.
What's a boomer?
I don't know. Is that a Gen X thing?
I don't even know either. Are you relating to these here? I don't know what she's talking about.
I think boomer is like a baby boomer, but they're like
what's the year
we're not in our 60s.
What's the year for baby boomer? I forget.
I think it's a lot. I think we're millennials, right?
Yeah, I think so. Millennials. I am 32. I was born in 1992.
Wow. Yes.
90s baby.
90s baby. I'm a 94 baby.
Okay. Yeah, 90s. I feel like we were born in the last of the good years.
Yeah, I agree.
We're biased.
I saw there's this girl I follow. Do you remember Jenko jeans?
Jenko jeans.
Giant jeans.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like the massive pockets. She's like, how many things can I fit in the pockets of Jenko jeans? Ooh, we got a good question. All right, this will be the last question. I'm gonna let Woodson go.
Shoot.
Sean, what do you think about BKFC or a bare knuckle MMA at Game Bread? We have that as well now. Would you ever be down for that? I think the reach and boxing you'd have would kill those guys.
Yeah, like the boxing I see in BKFC and all that, like, isn't too shabby. Like, like I feel like my skill wise, I'm leagues ahead of those guys. But these my poor little hands, they brittle, baby. Like, I'm scared of hurting them. Like, I feel like every card, guys are breaking their hands, and
every fight.
Yeah, like it's next level brutal, and it kind of like, in my opinion, it takes away from the sweet science of boxing. Like, you can't really let your hands go as you would normally, like
if you're short too, right? Like it's
that's a good thing about it. Yeah, and like the way guys get cut up, and it's just they'd have to pay me a lot of money to do that. A lot of money.
What about the bare knuckle MMA? Does that interest you more because you at least have some grappling? Maybe it's easier to snatch up a neck without gloves on.
No,
that doesn't interest you either.
I want UFC and that's it. I'm trying to stay. Yeah, that's all I'm interested in is UFC. From a spectator standpoint, I'll watch it though.
Yeah. Oh, it's great to watch. I enjoy.
But I don't want to take part.
That's fair. I'm with you. I don't want those problems. But thank you so much, Sean. Is there anybody you'd like to thank? Anything else you want to say? Let people know where to follow you.
Follow me on Instagrams. That's the only social media platform I'm active on at all. Pretty active on there too. Trying to run my numbers up on there. I'm at 29.9. We're approaching 30K. So if y'all could get me to that 30K hump, I'd appreciate it.
We're gonna do it.
STL Sniper 314. But yeah, outside of that, just I mean, the same shout outs as always. My people here in St. Louis, everybody got love for me here. My Jim Woolsden, my strength and conditioning coach, Project Deliverance, PD. Yeah, my main man, Jordan Dowdy. You're familiar with him. You remember Jordan?
Yeah, I remember Jordan.
Dog. That's my brother from another. Yeah, he's a huge part of my whole shit. Yeah. Jordan, my dude Matt Owen, my jiu-jitsu guy Mop, Wolfsden, everybody. Yeah, shout out to everybody.
Love it, man.
My mama, I love my mama. My girlfriend, my long time, my high school sweetheart, my girlfriend I've been with, who supported me from day one. Everybody know her. If you follow me on Instagram, yeah, got love for everybody that love me.
When's the wedding?
Woo, shit! Hold on, I'm just playing. We figuring all that stuff out. It's like we pretty much married already. We pretty much married. We don't need no.
Been together so long.
Say so, yeah, but yeah, we married already. Ask me.
Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, the Midwest, absolutely. Us, the Midwesterners love us some Sean, the Sniper Woodson. Guys, if you are not following the YouTube, go follow the YouTube. Fight Bananas on YouTube. Please subscribe. Help us grow our channel. If you follow the YouTube, Dave Van Auken himself will mail you a free UFC trading card. So go do it. Go subscribe. Subscribe on Facebook. Check out all the amazing clips from Karate Combat last night. They're all on the Facebook. So many knockouts. I think we actually had a quick question. If you want to do one more. It said, would Sean do Karate Combat one day?
I mean, to be honest, like if I'm being real, I see myself UFC till I die, like ending my career there. So, retiring UFC for sure. But I mean, you'll catch me at Karate Combat in the stands, have a little drink in my hand, watching. For sure. I pull up and watch a show. But as far as me competing in it, I'm UFC from here on out. UFC till he dies. That's the word. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you everybody in the comments. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate your time, Sean. Thank you. This is probably the funnest interview I've ever done. Thank you. Oh, heck yeah. We'll definitely have Woodson back on very soon. Anytime. Tune in, guys. We are taking this Tuesday off, next Tuesday off, but the Sunday Morning Brew will still be on live with myself and the lovely Maddie Levine. So make sure you guys tune in on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. Peace out. Subscribe. Do that stuff.